Oh shit! I forgot to update my channel info. I knew I was forgetting
We
something.
both did.
uh, as soon as I turned it on, I was like, I'm not playing Brawlhalla. Talk shows
Yep, talk shows.
and what's the question of the day? Question of
Question of the day. This is something we need to meet in the middle of the week to figure out.
Q.
Of course, I guess we could use the same question that we're asking of ourselves. How did you come up with your online name?
Yeah, is there like a cool story? Oh, you already know Boobo's, and Boobo's actually told us a couple of times. He's gonna be like, guys, I've already told you like 3 times. Jeez, you kind of know how I came up with mine, and I don't know if I know how you came up with yours. No, let's come up with something better. What could we do?
Questions.
Questions. Question. Uh. Uh.
We suck at this.
We really do, yeah. It's terrible. Holy shit. We
Setting
could,
alarms on my phone go off in the middle of the week. Come up with topics for podcasts.
yeah, exactly same. I don't know. Past relationships? Psst, no, that's weird.
Nah,
No,
that could get too
ugly.
creepy.
That would be
in a
weird.
hurry.
Yes. Yeah. No.
I've
Uh.
got a nasty one myself, so not a good topic.
Uh. Weird things we do in public. I don't know. Yeah. What's like the social? What's the weirdest social thing that you've ever done? As in, like, um, I don't know. You ever used Tinder?
No, I've never used Tinder. Never had to.
Okay.
In fact, I think I was married before Tinder was a thing.
I haven't even. Yeah, I haven't either. Uh, we could be like, I don't know. I've had some pretty interesting conversations on the bus with some people. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta dig deep.
I have not rode a bus since I was 11, 12.
Wow.
At least not a public transportation bus. I had to ride a bus to school back in the 8th grade.
Oh, we could do travel stories. Travel stories.
I don't really know if I have any of those either.
You don't have any travel stories? I have so many travel stories. It's insane. I could go on and on about travel stories. You don't. You don't travel that much?
No, we don't. We can't afford to travel very much. I
Where's?
mean, the best I got for travel stories is going across the state for my brother, and usually that's kind of uneventful.
It
That
is.
just
You drove.
involves me going over there with my mother or my brother and listening to music, and yeah, that's about it.
For me, all right. I'm gonna do travel stories. We can like always bounce off. I guess you could just like, if you can pick something cool from my travel stories, and we could like just yeah, we could
Yeah, bounce back and forth.
bounce back and forth about it.
Thank you, Repeat Pete, for the host.
Hey, thanks for the host, brother. I don't know him very well, but we're already related. Yeah.
You know, if I could remember what I was actually doing 2 seconds ago, it'd be dangerous.
Pardon?
Oh yeah.
That happens to me a lot.
Well, see, this is why I have squirrels as my emotes.
Oh, yeah.
When I say that I have ADD, I'm being dead serious, and it can get bad at
Oh,
times.
yeah, me too. We should play Ark sometime. We would pretty much be like, oh, look. Like, I get distracted everywhere. You would have to, like, I don't even
Don't look
know.
at me to keep you in line, because that's not happening on Ark. I'll go out and be like, oh, I need to go from it. Ooh, a shiny dinosaur.
Must tame dinosaur results in a chase. Tries to find thing back. Gets destroyed by wasps for no reason. Yeah. We could yeah, I think travel stories, at least for me, I have a couple of them. I've been
Yeah, see, the last time that I actually did any real
I've
traveling
been places.
would
Yeah.
have been when I went to Disney World back when I was in, oh God, was that 6th grade? Or in between 6th and 7th grade, I think.
Yeah.
I have a shirt somewhere around here. I went with my Boy Scout troop.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we'd gone down. We drove down. We didn't fly. We drove from Ohio down to Florida,
Yeah.
and we stayed there about 5. We had a 5-day pass for all the parks that were there. We went there the year before Animal Kingdom opened up. I remember that.
Interesting. Nice.
So whatever year Animal Kingdom opened up, I was there the year before, because they were currently working on it when I was down there.
Yeah. I went to Disneyland too. But what else did you do? Did you go to see like the big castle?
No, we never went to the castle.
You didn't go to like the Princess Castle?
No, we didn't go to the Princess Castle.
Did you go to Epcot?
We went to the, yeah, we went to the Epcot Center. We
Epcot
went
Center,
through
yeah.
Spaceship Earth, I think is the actual name of the ride. I just called it the giant golf ball.
Yeah. We went to Spaceship Earth. Dude, that was a pretty sick thing. I love seeing
It was
that.
actually really fun.
Yeah.
There was not a ride there that I really had an issue with, except for maybe Small World.
Yeah, we went to. I remember there was this one ride. It wasn't really a ride, but it was like a simulation where you had to make a working roller coaster, and it was
I don't think that was there when I went, because that does not sound familiar. And like I said,
virtual working roller coaster. So like you would have to like just like put together. It was basically like what's it called?
Tycoon.
Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon, but at Disney World, and it was pretty cool because you saw like I don't know, you just got to make it, and it was cool. I never played Roller Coaster Tycoon, so that was my first experience with that kind of thing.
I played a ton of Roller Coaster Tycoon back in the day. In fact, I still have Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 somewhere.
I'm just looking at. Should I check our streams and see if they're working? Real quick. Twitch / ooh.
Yeah, both of our streams are up, and I'm seeing the chat's working. So
That's your stream. Nice. Hey. So yeah, no, I have like a bunch of travel stories. When people arrive, I'll tell them. I don't want to waste them because I can only tell them once, and then I can't tell them again. Well, I can tell them again, but it was just like the same kind of punch wouldn't be, you know. I guess I'll start with one. Like, okay, so, did I tell you about going to Jamaica?
no, you had not. I don't think you've actually told me any of your travel stories yet.
Cool.
We're usually too busy ragging on each other and shell shocked to actually do story time.
That's good, I guess. We can save them for this. So, I've been to Jamaica. It's like the most interesting place that I went to. I went there for 4 days. We had It was when I was like really religious too, right? And it was like kind of sponsored by my mosque, because we went there to like inaugurate a mosque, basically, right? And we met like the religious community over there, and we did some like photography of the place, and then like the community, and then we the most interesting things that we did was like I ate this really weird breakfast there. I was a kid, right? And I was like, I'm all for trying new things, yay! And they gave me this weird ass breakfast, and it was like I didn't even know, like it was all cold and shit. You know, it was like supposed to be some sort of omelet, but it was all cold with like these weird
cold omelet.
I have no idea, man. It was bad. And I tried to eat it, and it was just bad. I think there was like some sort of fish. Like I didn't even know what I was eating, right? We were just like we were at this hotel, and this hotel had like a nice little like restaurant attached to it, right? And so we went into the restaurant, and everyone just ordered like stuff, right? And they ordered things that they knew. And I was like, we're in Jamaica. Bring me your special.
Yeah, truth be told, I'd have probably done the same thing. I'm all for trying new foods.
Right, but this one was like the weirdest thing I've ever eaten. It was just weird, man. I can't even like explain it. It had like kiwi, and it had like carrots, and they were outside of the omelet, basically, and they were all cold. And like there was like this weird like it wasn't just carrots. They had mashed up the carrots, and they had made like some sort of like seasoning on it, and it was just nasty to eat. And yeah, so from that point, like I had to order something else, so I just ordered a chicken sandwich, and I was like, all right, chicken sandwich. And so they brought the chicken sandwich over, but the chicken sandwich was weird because they had cut it up into 4 pieces. They had gotten rid of the crust, and I'm like, I love crust, right? I like toasted crust is like awesome for me, right? I just like it. Some people don't like the crust on their toast, but I do. I love it.
I have never had an issue with crust on bread or toast.
Right. That was the first thing.
I never understood people who like to cut the crust off. I'm like,
you're wasting food.
What are you doing? Put it back. Or at least eat it. I mean, you cut it off. You can't really put it back on there. I mean, not without smashing things into a giant bread ball of doom.
I wish they would tell me that they were going to cut off the crust, because you're not getting the full sandwich. You're just getting that's like a couple of bites. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I want the full sandwich. Don't.
Especially being that most people that cut the crust off cut like at least half an inch away from the crust. It's like, no, yeah. What are you doing?
What are you doing? You're killing the sandwich. Yeah.
You've broken the sandwich. What are you doing?
Anyway, so I ordered that, and they brought it in they cut it up, and there was like no sauce in the middle. So the sandwich, if you took away like the toothpick, it was like cut into 4 squares. Okay, so think of a sandwich. It was cut into 4 squares, and it had a toothpick through each square. But there was no sauce. It was like a dry sandwich. It had like mayonnaise, but very little mayonnaise, and it was just bad, in my opinion. Oh my God, you're getting all the hosts.
I'm looking. Business host.
I'm looking at your chat, man. Everyone's hosting you. It's insane. Pardon?
I said this is how it usually goes. Now most of those are auto hosts, but Biz actually hosted me.
Nice. Hey Biz, how you doing? We're doing a podcast today.
Hey there, Biz. Oh, apparently he was auto hosting you, and he switched to me. You've been betrayed.
Wow. Topic of the week. So yeah. Well, my thing is just topic travel stories.
And somehow we got onto food and sandwiches.
How's it going? Yeah. It's beautiful. That's how good conversations are.
I can talk about food all night long.
All right, let's talk about food then. Yeah, I'll tell
like
one.
food.
I'll tell another travel story to bump it off. So if we ever drop in, and so food. Yeah. So let me just go more in depth into the sandwich that was terrible. Yeah, it just had like the smallest amount of mayonnaise, and if you took out the toothpick, the entire thing would fall apart. So now I had to eat this thing with this gigantic toothpick through it. Right, and it was just like a small piece. It was like 2 bites, right? But if I took it out, it would just fall apart because the chicken, they had packed it. It was like stacked, right? I don't even know how they did it. Like it was amazing. It was like defying gravity, pretty much. And I had to eat this, and it was so hard to eat because I had to go because it was stacked up, and I had to fully open my mouth to put this in, and it was like one piece in because it was vertically stacked, and it was bad. It was just bad to eat that sandwich. It was like the worst sandwich I've ever had.
That is something that I'm going to say it. I've gotten angry over it sometimes whenever I get sandwiches that are like that from down here at Subway, where they're just so messily stacked together that you need a fork to eat them. It's a sandwich. I'm supposed to eat this with my hand, not a fork.
Hey Biz, how's it going? You're watching us both? Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I'm getting both the views.
Hey. So yeah, man. I don't know. That was probably the worst sandwich I ever ate. I mean, taste-wise, it was pretty good, but like, like my jaw is weird. Like if I open my mouth too much, it locks. And when I crunch down, like my jaw locks. And when I crunch down, it hurts. Like it just locked there, and then I have to do it again. Like I have to see, like it's hard for me to close it. So for me to close it, I have to then like put my jaw like that. Like I have to like twist it around so I can close. I don't know why it does that, but it does that. So
do that or punch yourself in the chin every time you go to take a bite.
No. I don't have to punch myself in the chin. That's that would be horrific. Holy shit. But that's what it made me do. And every bite, I'm telling you, I had to put myself through pain to eat this sandwich. It was bad.
I'd have taken that toothpick out, held it down with a couple fingers, and then just smushed it.
Smushed it into your face. See, like I was also with like some business people, right? So I wanted to be elegant as possible, too.
Well, all the more reason to smash it down a little bit before you go to try to take a bite.
Yeah.
Like I'm not telling you just smash it into your face, but while it's still on the plate, you kind of press down on it to get it more compact.
Yeah.
And that way you're taking, professional bites.
Professional bites. I was with my, like I said, this was a religious trip, so I was with the guy that was like he was basically like the priest, right? And we'd become really good friends. Hey, how's it going? Oh, knife and fork it. Yeah, we could have knifed and forked it. Who knife and forks a sandwich though? It's a sandwich.
Well, it depends on how messy the sandwich is. I probably would have knifed and forked that sandwich because it's so dang messy.
Yeah, I know. Maybe. Yeah, I should have, but I don't know. I've never knifed and forked any sandwich, even if it's messy.
It feels weird to use a knife and a fork.
Yeah, exactly.
On a sandwich. Just like to me, it would feel very weird to go get a Chicago-style pizza and have to use a knife and fork to eat it.
Yeah. Non-redneck folks.
You're looking in the wrong place.
What do you mean? We're not
redneck. I live in the middle of redneck country.
I live in Canada. I mean, we don't have too many, but there's every kind of person everywhere, in my opinion.
I'm trying to imagine a Canadian redneck. I'm not sure how it would go.
Oh, I've run into a few. It feels like sometimes they're like attracted to me. Maybe it's because of like how I look, But yeah, I've been through my fair share of racism through the years. Yeah, man.
So, what would be your Giselo knows a stoner redneck Canadian?
A stoner redneck Canadian. Hey, man. I don't know.
I know a couple of stoner Canadians. But
Stoner Canadians? Bruh. I can do this accent. It's basically my stoner hipster accent. It's from California. I've actually like tricked people into believing I'm from California with this accent. It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
Anyhow, what I was about to ask is, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yes.
Pizza, man.
I like your answer.
Pizza, man. Pizza.
Dude. Very good answer.
Pizza is like such a versatile food. You can put anything on a pizza. You know,
That's what I've been saying.
Not that you should put anything on a pizza. There are some things that are forbidden to be put on pizzas, but you still
Your opinion on pineapple and pizza.
Yes. Yes. I thought you were a redneck stoner. Says...
No, I'm a redneck vapor.
You're a redneck vapor. Nah, man, you're not a redneck.
No, I know what rednecks are. I'm surrounded by them around here.
Uh-huh.
No, pizza is a very good favorite food answer, unless you're talking to my wife, who absolutely hates pizza.
I love pizza. No, I actually have like multiple favorite foods. Like I like tacos. Tacos are also extremely versatile food.
Tacos are awesome.
I love
what style pizza? Grill or old style flame oven?
Ooh,
I don't think I've ever had old style flame oven.
I've had old style flame oven.
None of the places around here make it like that. It's all either the big conveyor oven thing, or they just shove it into a giant oven.
No. We went to a place. It was like an Afghani place, kind of. And they usually Afghani places. They usually have shawarmas, right? But this one specific, they had a pizza, and they had like this clay oven that they made the pizza in, right? And it was so good. It was the greatest thing ever. It was so good. I freaking loved the clay oven pizza. I
don't think we have anywhere around here that does something like that.
It made
Now, we do have a place around here that actually has a branch in Italy.
The crust is so much better. It's so much softer, I believe, right? And it's just scrumptious, man. It's just so.
Now, see, I like a crispy crust. Now, like not thin crust, crunchy crust, but I like a crispy crust.
Oh, you like a crispy crust? Yes. Oh, dude, I love when it's like really, really soft. Like it's just like.
Now, even whenever I make pizzas at home here, I throw it into the oven on the actual oven rack itself, because then it comes out crispier.
Yeah. Like, not that it was like completely like doughy, or like it wasn't disgusting soft. It was like scrumptious. You know what I'm saying? It was like yeah, it was really good. I can't explain it, man. You kind of need to go there. You know, if you ever come up here, I'll take you to that place. But yeah, they make them crispy too. Yeah. I guess the one that I ate was. It had like a really.
None of the places around here have a brick oven like that. Most of the places we have are either Domino's or Pizza Hut. Yeah. And Domino's pan pizzas are okay. Pizza Hut's just bland to me, and I don't care how many toppings you load that up with. It's just always bland.
One of my favorite pizza places that is like a mainstream pizza place is Boston Pizza. Boston Pizza's pretty good.
I don't think we have one of those around here.
Hey, Busy Bee. You guys have cute names for each other now?
They've been playing with each other a lot.
Wow. Kappa.
That came out wrong. But
they have cutesy names for each other. It's adorable. What the hell?
Yeah, we most of our places around here are Domino's, Pizza Hut. We
Okay.
we have one Papa John's left, which used to be my favorite out of all the mainstream pizza joints, but apparently their pizza's gone downhill the last few years.
Yeah.
I not had them in a while because the one that's nearby is not close enough to deliver. Now, I used to work for a pizza place up in it's about an hour north of here, and they actually had they have a branch in Italy itself, and you know if they have a branch in Italy, they're doing
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah. I've always wanted to go to Italy just to eat their pizza. That would be great. Eat pizza, drink coffee, and eat spaghetti. That's what I would go for Italy for. And then, see this Colosseum as a plus.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, the Colosseum is like I want to see that. Go ahead, Biz. Tell them my nickname. You call her Salt and no, it is not.
This is taking some odd turns in my channel here.
Yeah, I know. Like, holy shit. Alright, Italy's clay oven. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they probably are. I think that's like the legit way of making pizza, right? Clay ovens. But I would imagine the upkeep for it would be insane.
Probably, because especially with places around here, they'd be pumping out the pizzas in such huge quantities that they'd probably have to do a lot of maintenance on those. It's probably why not a lot of places around here do it. Yeah, I did enjoy when I worked there. I got free pizzas and free food.
Hey, Biz, how's it going? Bon.
Was the kind of place that whenever if you were at work and you got hungry, you just grabbed a slice of pizza off the rack and went on your way.
Yeah, definitely. Pizza is such an amazing food. It's amazing. Even like the plain cheese pizzas are like amazing.
No, that's evil right there.
Even
There's no flavor to that. It has to have at least sausage on it.
At least sauce. My favorite is like chicken teriyaki, or
chicken teriyaki pizza.
Yeah, or teriyaki chicken pizza. Pizza is yuck. Are you more of a taco? Are you more of a taco?
I can make tacos and they don't last around here.
Shani, what is your favorite pizza? Let's talk about Shani's favorite pizza.
I know the answer. And it's not pizza.
Oh, obviously. Why don't you like pizza though?
There is actually an interesting story behind that. So
I mean,
I'll let her.
She's your subscriber, right? Right. So she can enter the chat and tell us this story.
Technically, she could. Yes.
Shani, enter our chat and
I know Raunik had expressed some interest in joining in with us tonight.
Raunik, where are you at? We need people. Biz, you can join through because you're my subscriber. You can join. She farts because of pizza. She might be lactose intolerant. Is she lactose intolerant?
No, she's not lactose intolerant.
Okay. Is she?
No.
Does she have a gluten allergy?
No.
Okay, so it's just like a personal preference kind of thing.
There's an interesting story behind it, and I can hear her typing furiously over there.
My aunt made completely homemade pizza and put regular towel with tissues on the dough. Tassels. Oh, okay. Sorry. I was like, why would they? The tassels got stuck in the dough. What are tassels?
If you've ever seen like a curtain that has a thing sticking off the end of it that's kind of a bunch of strings of yarn, that's a tassel.
I don't understand. Say it again.
Here, let me find you a picture.
Yeah, give me an image. You may speak 5 words, but images. Go to the Googles. Yeah. So if anyone wants to join, we're in my Discord. I think everyone here is in my Discord except. No, everyone that's a subscriber I think is in my Discord right now. So yeah, if you guys want to join, you can. Ooh.
There, a whole bunch of tassels for you to look at.
Oh god. Is this gonna be like a disgusting thing to look at? What is that? Why would you put that on a pizza?
Well, no, the towel that she was using had it on the end. It was probably a fancy towel. And whenever you're doing baking and you're letting the dough rise, you're supposed to put a towel over top of it.
Interesting. And so that got stuck?
Yeah, one of the tassels.
And that's why you hate pizza? So it's not even about the taste?
It's not even about the pizza. It's about the fact that she was the unlucky one to get the slice of pizza that had the tassel in it.
That's sad. Oh, did you eat it fully? Did you eat it fully, Shani?
No. I'm sure she'll type furiously with something here. But yeah, she will eat pizza rolls.
Let me just say, it was the most disgusting thing that I had ever tasted in my life. I was 5 years old. I was distraught. I was traumatized.
You're traumatized. But if you were to try pizza again, like, you're an adult now, right? So
I can still taste it. Anytime I eat a pizza or have taken a bite of pizza, it's all I remember. It is so disgusting. It gags. It makes me gag.
Yeah, I have the same. Okay, so something I won't eat. Hey, Biz.
Go to Chani Bunny.
Biz.
Man, he left. Wow. I think he has an internet crush on you.
He might.
Busy bee.
Alright, so.
But yeah, anytime I have pizza, I've tried pizza.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pretty.
Yeah, I tried to get her try a slice of. And believe it or not, one of the best pizzas I've had in the last couple years is the deli pizza from Walmart.
Uh-huh.
And I tried to get her to try a slice of that, and she just no.
Interesting.
I know pizza wasn't made in Italy, but as an Italian, Shani, you hurt me deeply. I mean, technically, Severs is Italian as well, and he married me, so it's okay.
I love the movie Goodfellas. Does that make me Italian?
I don't think so.
I love mob movies. Mob movies are my favorite.
I've never seen too many. I saw Casino, I think, and then I've seen Scarface.
Scarface, yeah.
I've been to watch The Godfather, but
I haven't seen Casino.
Never around to it.
Oh, really? You haven't watched The Godfather?
Not watched The Godfather yet.
I haven't watched the third one. I've watched the first two. I need to watch the third one sometime. Favorite mob movies? Yeah. Goodfellas, number one. After Goodfellas, though, there was a recent one that I watched. I forgot what it was named. Live at 9, something like that. It was a mob movie. It had Ben Affleck in it. It was a recent one. That was pretty cool. The Untouchables.
So good.
The Untouchables.
Roast duck with a honey glaze and snow peas with honey butter sauce.
I made roast duck with honey. Ooh.
Oh.
You're making us hungry.
Unfortunately I have pizza in the fridge.
I can't even stand the smell of it.
No, that's not true because you've told me before whenever I bring those
okay, no, that's true. They smell good, but like the taste is not it's not represented by the smell at all.
It is. You just got head issues.
You just got head issues? Damn. I think that's the nicest insult I've ever heard you say.
Oh, hang around us long enough, you'll hear me say
Biz, thank you for the shout out, man. And Reaper, thank you so much. Thanks for the shout out, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate the shout out.
Of chef school left. I never really went to school to learn how to cook. I just go into the kitchen. I'm like, oh, this sounds good. That sounds good. Throw that all in there and yum. Now, I'm sure my plating leaves something to be desired, but then again, I don't really care how my food looks as long as it tastes good. Shawnee is a head problem.
Have you guys ever tried shawarma?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you should try shawarma. Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, Google it.
Google. No. Google shawarma yourself and try to find a place for shawarma.
Spelling is how?
Oh yeah, shawarma. Here, I'll type it in your chat. Shawarma. It's like a burrito, but it's Afghani. It's an Afghani burrito. Think of it as like an Arabic burrito, basically. It's so good. It's the best thing ever. They have I'll show you the unique way that they make their meat. It's pretty great. Hey, is our links allowed in your chat?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
There's literally a place that possibly makes this around us. Holy crap.
Shawarma.
Dos Amigos Mexican restaurant, market, and
No. That's a Mexican restaurant. That's a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if I would trust the Mexicans to make something that's coming out of the Middle East.
Yeah,
no,
you
it's
don't.
gonna look like a burrito.
It is a burrito, but like it doesn't have any beans. It has its own sauces.
It also says Lucky Dog Cafe makes it in Confluence.
I would try to find like an authentic Afghani place.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah,
damn it.
We only have like one authentic Mexican restaurant around here. I'm being dead serious.
Alright, so let me show you how they make the meat, or like how they prepare the meat. It's pretty cool. It's the most interesting thing you'll see, probably.
Well, it looks like, judging by the results popping up from Google, it's similar to a gyro.
What?
The shawarma. It's similar to a gyro. Or gyro, if you don't know
a
gyro.
gyro. Yeah. I know the mispronunciation. Go me. I'm trying to copy this. Can I copy image link? Copy image address. Yes. All right. Check that out. Check that looks like. What am I looking at?
That just looks like a hock of ham.
That is okay. So it's like what they do is like they take slabs of meat and they just like stack it upon each other, and that rotisserie basically rotates and slow cooks the meat. And what they do is that they basically take a knife. They take a knife and they just what's it called? They just chunk off pieces of the meat, and it's pretty great. It's like, and then they take those, and then it's like really thick, right? So it's like there's a lot of meat there. So when they chunk it off, the part that's inside just keeps on rotating and it keeps on cooking. and it's beautiful. It's such an interesting.
I can get on board with that. I love food. I'm fat. I love food.
Yeah. It is so cool. Did my mic cut off for a bit? Because I think I accidentally. I think I accidentally turned it off. So you heard everything? Cool.
I heard everything.
Okay, cool. So yeah, it's just like a rotisserie, and it just keeps rotating, and it's slow cooks over time, and
sometimes slow cooking is the best way to do anything.
Yeah. It's like a roast, basically. It's pretty good. Yeah, like gyros, I guess. Yeah, pretty much. But they're called shawarmas because they have their own like little sauce and stuff. I would recommend some restaurants, but I don't think they exist in the U.S. pretty much. It's a Canada thing, I guess. I mean, you guys... Okay. What else could you eat that I have only probably eaten? Have you ever tried falafel?
No.
Falafel is also an Arabic dish. It's basically... It looks like it's like this.
I don't think we have anywhere around here for that either.
Falafel.
No, you're talking to a state that is very meat and potatoes.
Oh, okay.
Very meat and potatoes. We've got like 80 different steakhouses nearby.
Okay. I mean, I love steak. Steak is like the best thing ever in my opinion. Oh yeah. Besides pizza, I think steak comes in number 2. Besides, actually no, steak comes in number 3. Because I love tacos. Tacos is tacos.
Yeah. And I'm out on that conversation too.
Yeah, she doesn't like steak either.
You don't like steak?
She doesn't like the idea of blood.
Oh, I don't like.
No, it's not blood.
I don't like the idea of blood either. I do either well done or medium well.
I'm medium rare.
Yeah, I can't do medium rare. That's basically
no,
wrong.
New Jersey is a very diverse state. Pennsylvania is very Amish.
PA might be diverse over on the other side of PA, closer to New Jersey and closer to New York. But in our neck of the woods, it's very meat and potatoes. Unless you want Chinese food, and then you got another 20,000 choices for that. With the potential for a happy ending.
What? What?
Dead serious. There was actually a Chinese restaurant that was shut down here. What was that? 3 years ago?
Something like that.
Was offering happy endings to the meals.
That's weird, man. Wow. That's.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would go to a restaurant for that. I mean, there's a couple of Chinese massage parlors around here, and that would be understandable.
And they were also, a couple of those were shut down as well.
A bunch of those were shut down as well. All right, Kizalo, you have a good one. Have a good night.
Night, Kiso.
Thanks for showing up and hanging out.
Take care, Kiso.
My steaks are still pink in the middle.
It's not overdone. Like I said, medium well is like the lowest I'll go on that scale.
I like mine medium rare. I've actually, over the last couple years, have been getting closer to liking rare than I used to.
Dude, that's basically raw.
Yeah, tell me about it.
No, that's too rare. That's its own thing. That's where you slap it on for 2 seconds on each side and take it off.
That's not even cooked. You might as well not even cook it then.
Some people don't.
Yes.
Yeah, I like my medium rare.
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite cut of steak?
Ribeye.
Yep, ribeye.
Ribeye or New York strip.
New York strip's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of T-bones.
I don't think I've ever had T-bone. Is that the one that has like the bone in the middle?
It's got up top. It's got the bone, and then down the middle has a bone as well.
No, I just like a slab of meat, you know.
Yeah.
Just
slab of meat. Put it on my plate, and I'm good.
Yeah. Give me a knife.
And don't you touch it with steak sauce, or you're getting the knife.
Oh yeah. I like mine with peppercorn sauce, like peppercorn sauce or whatever it's called. It's like a little spicy sauce that you can put on it.
Yeah, see, I don't. Now, if I'm having a cheaper cut of meat, then sometimes I'm okay with it. Or like if my mother makes something she calls Swiss steak, and that it's a very, very tough cut of meat, and you kind of need that sauce to tenderize it.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like a ribeye or a New York strip, you put a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, maybe a little bit of onion powder on there. That's all you need to do to my steak, and I am happy as pie.
Nice. I'm getting tired. I need some. I was drinking some tea earlier. Tea makes me tired.
According to Ralnick, apparently T-bones don't have bones. Then what was it that I ordered at? Because I could have sworn they at least called it a T-bone. And the problem I have with T-bones is they don't cook right. Either that or they didn't know how to cook it. But then again, I've heard other people who make them on a regular basis say they don't cook evenly, where it'll cook nice and good on the outside, and then as close as you get to the center where the bone's at, it won't cook as well.
Yeah. You guys probably tried Philly's cheesesteaks, right? Like.
Well, yeah.
No.
No.
She doesn't.
You don't eat those?
No.
Why?
I don't eat a lot of things.
Wait.
She's very, very, very picky.
Oh. Interesting. Shan, you're starting to lose me.
I've been starting to get her to eat more and more things. I've been doing it with the kid as well, who probably should go to bed being it's 1 a.m. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge over there.
I might need to talk to you about divorce.
No, I do the Philly cheesesteaks. They're awesome. We used to have a place around here called the Great Steak and Potato Company that made Philly cheesesteaks and giant buckets of fries. It was amazing.
Oh yeah, there's a pretty great place here. It's called Burger Factory. They have Philly cheesesteaks and like these gigantic burgers, and they're like, it's like really good. Like their patties are like big, juicy like chunks of beef. It's amazing, and then I don't know, man. It's really unhealthy. It has like so much grease.
Sure, it is. I have come to terms with the fact that if I'm going out to eat, it's probably not going to be all that healthy for me. We went out to breakfast the other day, and they had a breakfast buffet. Well, one of the things they had on there was scrambled eggs that had ham, sausage, and bacon already mixed into it. I grabbed that spoon, I put a big chunk of that on my plate, and I was like, oh yeah, this is a heart attack waiting to happen.
Yo, isn't there like a place called the Heart Attack Grill?
That is out in Vegas, yes. And actually, I think they recently came under fire for their heart attack challenge.
They even have a sign that says 300 labs eat free.
Yeah, if you're 300 pounds or more, you eat free there.
That's insane.
What it is you get, I believe you get as much as you can eat, and it's their single. Rodnick's got us confused. We're near Pittsburgh, not Philly. Wrong side of the state.
Yeah, I'm in Canada. I'm so far away from Philly that it's not even funny.
It's a 4-hour drive. I'm not driving 4 hours for a cheesesteak.
Hey man, depends how good the cheesesteak is.
There is no cheesesteak in the world that is worth 4 hours. I'm sorry.
I mean, Shani, you don't even eat cheesesteaks, so.
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. You don't count in the equation.
Ergo, I would not do it.
You don't count.
My car, my gas, my money.
I'm not driving that far for a cheesesteak.
All right, fine, fair enough.
I'll be right back.
Though maybe next time I go over on that side of the state to pick up my brother, I might stop in.
There was
Just grab one.
There was a pretty cool place we went to for what's it called, South Asian food. It was in I believe it was in Boston, and they made everything in clay pots and pans, and everything was all their things were made out of clay, basically, and it was all clay cooked, and it was like authentic Indian Pakistani cuisine. And it was really good. It was really good.
I think we might have one Indian restaurant nearby.
Damn. Interesting. I'm not. I mean, yeah. But we ate like this thing called nehari, and it was so good. Here, let me show you.
Yeah, you're talking to a person that I am willing to try just about anything. Frank's Italian Restaurant. I don't think so. I think we have a couple of small Italian restaurants. The one of them is actually where I proposed to Shannon at.
Interesting.
We have...
Did you guys have pizza?
No, I had the vodka penne and she had spaghetti.
That would have been funny if you had pizza. You just like eat pizza in front of her slowly.
This was like a dress up and go in to sit down and eat type of.
Oh, it was
Italian
nice.
Restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a nice restaurant. The vodka.
You
penne
saying
was
nice
$17.
restaurants can't have pizza? Interesting.
This place doesn't. Their eggplant parmesan was pretty good though.
Frank's Italian Restaurant. I want to see if I have one of those.
Let me to the Googles.
To the Googles. Frank's Italian Kitchen. I like this guy's name. Okay, there's one in Toronto. Cool. It's close to me. Kind of. Not really. Like a 3-4 hour drive. But yeah. I'll check it out if I'm ever there.
I have a Frank's Old Fashioned Pizzeria.
Man, Frank does a lot of shit.
Yeah, he does. There's another place up north of us. It's Frank's Pizza and Chicken.
Damn. This Frank guy must be a billionaire.
He's all over the damn place.
Yeah, I know. Need to get in contact with Frank. Need to get him to sponsor our Twitch because we're promoting him right
Taste
now.
of Italy. Now it says there's one in Nazareth, PA, but I'm not even sure where that's at, so I don't think that's near me. I have a Frank's Pizza and Italian restaurant. Gave me a link. I do not see said link. It's not on Steam. Not on Discord. I definitely don't see it in chat. Or did you whisper it to me on Twitch?
Hello?
You made me come to damn.
Hey, Relnick. You're really quiet. Welcome to the podcast.
You made me come to Discord.
I
sent you a link. I sent you a link in Twitch. Severs.
Last whisper I see from you on Twitch is successfully enter the giveaway.
Regular Discord. Or regular Twitch. Right in your chat.
It was so hard to eat because I had to go.
Or maybe it didn't go through?
Because it was.
I don't see it anywhere.
only open my mouth to put this in, and it was like one piece in. Ah, damn you, Biz. He clipped me, and it's out of context, and it's sad. I hate you. It's out of context.
But aren't those the best clips?
It's so out of context. It's not even funny. Go check in the clips thing. It's funny as fuck. It's talking about the
I can't send you a link. I can't send you the link because you're not. I can't. You're not talking in chat.
Because it was stacked up, and I had to fully open my mouth to put this in, and it was like one piece in.
Did he clip it on your or my channel?
He clipped it on mine, but it's in the clips thing. I was just talking about a sandwich.
Guess it would be this one. Quail planking.
It's so out of context. It's not even funny. God.
Did you get that, Severs?
That's a no.
See this. How about that one?
There you're flashing.
Alright, I'm out.
Alright, he's gone. Interesting.
Yeah, see, that Frank's is over by Easton, which is over by Philly, which is on the other side of the state.
Cool. Short drive. I mean, any drive is short, just depending on how fast you go, you know, and what car you're in.
It's still a fair amount away.
Ah, man.
Alright, those are named Frank's Pizza and Italian restaurants. There is the one that I had earlier. That is on my side of the state. Where'd that go?
Wait, am I?
Well, that's not a pizza place.
Oh shit! I'm not in streamer mode. Damn it! I forgot to put on streamer mode. So yeah, man. What else? What other foods do you like?
Like I said, I like just about everything. First thing I do whenever I go to a Chinese buffet is I scan the buffet to see if there's anything there that I have not tried before. And if there is, that's what I grab.
Interesting.
Unfortunately for me, that doesn't happen anymore at my Chinese restaurant because...
What about lobster or crabs?
I've eaten lobster. I've eaten crab's leg. Both are really good. I'm a big seafood fan.
Yeah, same. Yeah, same. I am too. I love seafood. Have I told you about my my India fish story?
No.
So we went to India like 2014, and we ate like this fish. It was fresh fish that was caught like the day before, basically, by this street vendor. And I wouldn't really recommend eating food from street vendors, right? Because you might, get really, really sick. But this guy, he was like pretty good. Like he cleaned really well. Like his shop was like clean, right? You know, and it looked pretty legit. And we ate it there a couple of times and we didn't get sick. And we're like, oh, cool, we didn't get sick. So we kept going there because it was like the
That's
only.
a plus.
That was a plus, right? And by sick, I mean diarrhea, guys. I mean diarrhea. That's
food poisoning.
Food poisoning, right? You don't wanna eat in India at all, or Pakistan, anywhere that's like suspicious. Just stick to like. There's usually like a KFC, or like a Pizza Hut, or like a Burger King somewhere. So you should go to those places and just stick to those places. And you won't get sick from those because those are regulated. But there's a lot of like street food, and just don't. The street food is like the authentic food, right? And it tastes really good, but it might just get you sick, because of some things that they put in it. But we tried this one guy, and like, have you ever tried fish with like the needles still inside of it?
The needles?
Yeah.
The bones?
Yeah, the bones.
I make fresh fish. I when I go fishing, I keep what I catch.
You keep what you catch, but have you like just eat it with the needles? Yeah, right. Okay, so like this guy, he cut it up into squares, right? He would cut it up into squares, and then he would just fry it with this like awesome, really good like marinating sauce, right? And he would have this fish just like marinated and ready to go and chopped up, and then he would like serve it, and you would have to eat it really slowly, but oh my god, this fish was amazing. It was a pain to eat though, because you had to like first like dig in, and like you would have to like remove every single needle, and you would have to chew really carefully, and it was like the best fish we've ever eaten.
Yeah, when I go fishing, I'll keep what I catch, and then my favorite way to do it, which is actually the easiest way, is you just take off the head and you gut it real quick, clean it out real good, and then you stuff it with garlic and butter, and just wrap it up in foil and throw it right on a fire.
Uh-huh. Hey guys. What the? Hey Birdie, how's it going? Hey, my friend Birdie's in the channel.
Ah.
How's it going?
I heard a random voice. What is going on here?
That was Adrian. He's chilling. What? Hello? I can barely hear him. Hello?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Hi.
Hello.
Okay, dude,
I don't mean to be cancer, but my internet is retarded.
We understand.
Sorry, but
poor guy, he doesn't have really good internet.
Yeah, that was bad.
That was bad.
Distorting, and he would go. When he first came in, he was really, really quiet, so I tried to turn him up a little bit, and then he was blasting my eardrums out. So
yeah, I have him at 10% for a reason. That's Birdie. He has really bad internet. He is defined by his bad internet. It is a part of him, basically. I think I'm going to get something to eat real quick, if that's okay. I'm kind of hungry.
Alright. Guess I'll use this time for a bathroom break.
I'm really hungry. Like, that conversation made me really hungry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the pizza's calling my name in the fridge. I might grab a slice before I can sit back down.
Severs. We love you, Severs. Come eat us, Severs. We love you. Those are the pizza slices.
I assume I'm supposed to be creeped out by that, but
yeah.
That was awkward.
Like a slice.
That's what I come back to. That's really what I come back to.
Yep.
Hello, Shani.
We made ourselves hungry.
Oh my god! I thought there was some rando in here, so I checked my Discord and I was like, "What the f?"
Sorry, I can do impressions. I can really change my voice into other things.
Well, I can't really say that I would agree that is an authentic pizza impression.
No.
I've never heard it speak before.
All my food impressions sound like that. Like I'll be like. That's what my food impressions sound like.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
No.
Did you say hello to Googleizer, by the way?
Yes,
What?
I said hello to Googleizer. I saw him pop in here and go yo yo yo.
You forgot the last yo.
Bless you. What?
I'll give you a yo.
Is that what
I'll
you
find
said?
Ethan's yo-yo and toss it.
Do you hear the violence that comes at me?
What? There's violence coming at you?
He just said he was gonna throw a yo-yo at me.
Wow.
It's
Oh,
fine, it's just
and
a yo-yo.
yesterday he shot you with a Nerf gun.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
We
I'll do it again too. I still have it over here. Yeah, where'd it go?
Domestic abuse.
You know, this is on camera. I can take you for this. Half your computer.
It's half your computer.
I don't have any darts near me.
I don't have any darts near me.
There was one over here earlier. Where'd it go?
That's funny.
You're safe for now.
Don't those hurt though? Like a lot? Don't they hurt?
The darts? Yeah, a little bit.
But it also just don't like poke her eye out or something, you know?
He hit me in the cheek, if I remember correctly, on the last one.
She won't be able to stream, and I could use the publicity. What?
Well, see, then it would work into your advantage. She wouldn't be able to stream, so she'd advertise for you in place of streaming.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, Ralph.
I'm back.
But if she stopped streaming, she wouldn't be able to use the emote that I made her.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You'd get back into streaming. It wouldn't poke her eye out completely.
Don't make me get a baby gun.
Don't hit her.
Don't hit her.
It's just Nerf darts.
I really want to get something to eat. I kind of want to make a sandwich, but I know that's going to take way too long. So I'm like deciding right now what I'm going to do when I go to the kitchen. I can't think of anything that would just take a low amount of time. Hey, thanks for the squirrels. And thank you for the Zors. What did you call the yeah, you
the
just called them
emote?
Zor.
Zor thumbs up.
Zor thumbs up.
Or Zor thumbs.
Zor
like
thumbs.
sore thumbs, but Zor thumbs.
thumbs.
She's almost as bad as you with the damn puns.
Yay.
But y'all on the punny farm.
That's cool.
I love it.
I like you. I'm glad you
Oh,
like it.
I like you too.
What? No, I'm glad that you like it.
That's not what you said.
That's not what I said. No. Sorry, Shani, but you've been friend zoned, more or less.
Oh, rip.
I know.
Damn.
Ooh.
Harsh. Like that's just harsh.
I mean, I'm more of the kind of person
Hurtful.
that, not hurtful, but like I rip it off fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's terrible. Horrible. Really mean.
And unfollow.
Unfollow, unsub.
Unfollow, unsub.
Oh, you're not even subbed.
Oh wait, you're not even sub to him. I am.
Yeah.
It's okay. Shawnee, you're a mod. You can unsub for him.
It's true.
God, it's funny. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm done talking about foods. Should I just like say another? Oh, thank you for the card hypes. And so.
D-mod.
D-mod. So another travel story. I talked about India. We were staying in a hotel in India. Have I told you my Australian elevator story? So
no, you have not.
So I met. Wow, I haven't told you anything about me then.
No, not really. Like I said, we're too busy ragging on each other playing Brawlhalla and Shell Shock.
So I was staying at this hotel with my family in India in 2014. Same trip. And this was like a place where a lot of tourists, I guess, came. It was in Delhi. In Delhi, sorry, not in Delhi. That was my Canadian accent right there. I said that wrong. It was in Delhi, and this Australian couple and their two kids. I was on the top floor of the hotel, and they were like a floor below me. So I got in the hotel and I was alone, and I got in the elevator and I was alone, and I was going down to go eat breakfast in the morning, and this elevator is pretty small, okay, and it said, like it had a weight thing on it, right, and then this Australian couple, they come with their 4 kids, all right, and it's like 5 people, right. And I'm like a pretty big guy myself. And I see this other dude, he's a pretty big guy too. Like we make pretty much between us, we make about 500 pounds. Right? Because I'm about 260, 270. This dude looks about the same weight as me. So that's around I don't know, that's around 600 almost, right? 600 pounds, right? I'm just saying. And then plus his wife, and his kids. So the kids were probably like lighter. Anyway, they enter the elevator. I'm just immediately thinking. I'm looking at the weight limit, and I'm thinking, this elevator is going to crash. Like I immediately think this, and I'm a terrible person for thinking it. Anyway, that's not what the main story is about. This elevator was old too. Like it was like a sketchy elevator too. Like you stepped inside of this elevator, you would have to manually open the door when it came up. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those. Right? And it was just nerve-wracking for me. When this family came in, and I was like, there's too many people on this elevator. There's way too many. Plus they had their luggage too. So I don't even know, man. I was scared. Anyway, That's not what the story is really about, though. They as soon as the dude entered, he said namaste to me, right? And me being me with my accent, right, and the way I look, it's like contradictory, right? So he entered the elevator and he said namaste to me, and then I was like, okay, so I could say namaste back in like a brown accent and pretend that I have a brown accent, or I could say hi in the most whitest way I could, right? So I said, hey, how you doing? And he freaked the hell out. It was like he saw like a ghost, right? And I was like, hey, how are you? How's it going? Are you guys on vacation? And then he had this really astonished look on his face, and I had like completely like dumbfounded him. And like for him to speak, like think of the bad luck that he had, for him to find the one brown dude, right, that was from Canada, right, that wasn't a native. If he had said hi namaste to literally anyone else in the hotel, he would have gotten away with it. They would have said namaste back with, and they would have the accent and everything, or like they would know a word of English, right? But he bumped into the one dude that was from Canada. That was me. And it was just amazing. That like I was just like, dude, you are a godsend. This is insane. Like, I don't know. Like it was amazing. So I had breakfast with them for a bit. The elevator didn't crash. It was really nice. And for the entire breakfast, they just like talked to me, and I felt like they were just forcing me to speak kind of about myself, You know, I told them that I was from Canada, and they just like, oh, cool. And I was like, I lived there for 18 years. I was like, oh, cool. And then like we kept talking about, you know, like they never told anything about themselves. It was just about me for some reason. I felt like a museum piece kind of. And that was my slightly awkward breakfast with an Australian couple. They were trying way too hard, and it was funny. And I got a good laugh out of it. Yeah, that's one interesting story that I had from India. Yep, that's it. Anyway, I'm sorry if it was slightly offensive, in a way.
I didn't see anything wrong with it.
All right. Anyway, yeah.
I've never even been out of the country, so she's hardly been out of Pennsylvania.
It was.
Now, I've been.
You guys should travel, man. It's a really fun experience. Traveling is you'll see like, it will give you a new perspective on the world.
Yeah, but traveling's so expensive. We unfortunately can't afford to do stuff like that. I mean, we can go on mini road trips here and there, but. And I myself have seen a good chunk of at least eastern U.S. I've lived in multiple places. Was born in Florida, moved up to Illinois, moved over to New Jersey, down to South Carolina, over to Texas, up to Ohio, finally wound up here in Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
I'm native Pennsylvanian, born and raised.
Right, and you never left?
Nope. Never left.
You haven't even like gone like around the US?
I've gone to like New York, New Jersey, West Virginia, a little portion of Ohio, and that was it.
Cool. Oh man, what hurt me this stream was I forgot to put on streamer mode, so no one on Discord knew that I was streaming. Kind of sad.
Oops.
Yep.
Rip.
And I think it's a bit too late to put it on.
I'm surprised Bubo hasn't shown up.
Yeah, he usually comes to these. But I don't know. I've traveled a lot with my family.
Yeah, the only traveling I've really done is whenever we moved, because military brat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even remember anything of Florida. We moved from Florida before I was even a year old.
Yeah. Florida. I've been to Florida. Like, yeah, I went to Disney World. That was another place. People in Florida, man. It's like, I hate to say this, but like it's really a pleasure being the skin color that I am with the accent that I have, because I can just troll people with this gift, because people don't expect this, you know. Yeah, continue. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I could see how that would be kind of fun to do, to mess with people's heads.
It's just for some reason when I speak, it just catches some people off guard. It's pretty funny. I did it with a couple of people in Florida as well. I think I freaked out a waitress in Florida when I was at one of the restaurants there. Yeah. And
well, how did you freak her out?
Well, I freaked.
You can't
I was
ordering like that.
I was ordering, and I don't know. Like, I just started like asking her questions. I was like, "Oh, how's this? How's this? How's this?" And then she was just staring at me. Like, I actually know like the look people give me, of complete astonishment, when I'm talking to them sometimes. And it's usually like a wide-eyed, like, just stare. And I know exactly what's going through their minds. And it happens too much. Yeah, I was just ordering my food. And my entire family, they all have, like, an accent, right, when they speak. But because I was like born and raised in Canada, not born, sorry, raised in Canada most of my life, I have this accent, and it's pretty great.
Yeah, going to school and interacting with other kids your age will do that.
Yeah. Even my brother was 7 when he came here. I'm sorry, he was 12 when he came here. Sorry, and he still kind of has an accent when he speaks. So I was like, I was 5 when I came to Canada. So, for me, I don't know. Like I learned English before I learned Urdu, pretty much. Urdu was taught to me like offhandedly by my mom because, you know, she was like, you gotta know your language, you know, from your country that you were born in, right? And yeah, she's basically the one that taught me Urdu, but she didn't have the time to teach me how to read or write. I only know how to speak it, and now I know kind of how to speak it badly. Unfortunately, I'm slowly losing my ability to speak Urdu fluently, and it's kind of sad. It's like this.
You don't use it on a regular basis because you don't have anyone around that really uses that language. It doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah.
That's just like schools teaching foreign languages in high school. I mean, unless you're going to be in a spot where you're going to use that language on a regular basis, you're not going to remember a whole lot from it.
Yeah. It's just like, I only use it at home. Sometimes I don't even use it at home. Me and my brother, we talk in English when we're talking to each other. It's really just my parents that I talk Urdu with. I don't know. You guys know a second language?
I took Spanish in high school, but I don't remember much of it. I did try a little bit of trying to learn Japanese. I had the demo for the Rosetta Stone program.
Uh-huh.
I need to get the full thing because it's actually very effective. The way they go about it is very effective. I just need to actually sit down and learn it. Which is, of course, time, and as everyone knows, it's hard to make time for something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. I keep wanting, like, I think at the start of every year, I'm like, I'm gonna try to learn a language, or like, I wanted to learn Arabic as a kid, but I never got really to it, because I wanted to visit, I wanted to visit some, I don't know, some countries that spoke Arabic. I don't know. I found Arabic to be like a pretty cool language. And I wanted to learn French, but French was kind of sad for me to learn because I don't know. I just never got. I didn't have the attention span to learn another language that I hadn't already was like either grown up with or I had to learn because, you know, everyone spoke it.
Well, also if you're trying to learn languages in school, it all depends on how the teacher kind of does their thing too. I took 2 years of Spanish and I retained most of what I learned in Spanish 1 when I went to Spanish 2.
Uh-huh.
But then my Spanish 2 teacher was just kind of, look at these pages. These are the words we're learning today. And we didn't actually learn them. We didn't use any of it in class.
Right.
Whereas the first year I took of it, the teacher, whenever we spoke, we were supposed to try to speak in Spanish if we knew the words for it, if we had already learned those words. So it helped to retain some of that because we got to practice a little bit of it, where my second year teacher was just he just wasn't good.
I had that problem too, like with French. All my French teachers, they spoke to us in English, right? And I think language at least, you have to be speaking, right? The words
you
that
have
you
to
learn.
be able to speak it to someone and actually use it in practice.
In practice, right? I think that's why I learned English so fast, because I had to, you know? I had to. And everyone was speaking English around me, and that's why I learned English really, really fast. Though English is like a hard language to learn, in my opinion. It's definitely a weird language.
I'm gonna be the first to say it. English, some cases in English, the rules are just stupid.
Yeah. Right? Whoa, what's happening? Most I've learned is very little amount of Spanish, and I used to know a hell of a lot of sign language. Oh, that's cool, Shani. You know you're in our chat. You could just say this.
Free video streaming or good video editing software. Free.
Good video editing software.
Free editing software?
Microsoft Video Editor.
He specified good.
Anything Microsoft is not good.
As we use Windows.
I don't know. Not free. I would say I use Premiere Pro. Anyway.
I know a lot of people who swear by Sony, that Sony Vega program. Vegas?
Sony Vegas.
Actually, there might be something on Steam for you.
The most heartbreaking thing about India, I mean, this is kind of random, but the most heartbreaking thing about India is that you have these, especially Delhi. In Delhi, you have these really gigantic like buildings, right? And then at the base of the building, it's just poverty, right? And you have all these rich people like living at the top floor penthouses of these buildings, and then you just have poverty on the streets. And the streets are kind of like disgusting, right? They have like these stray dogs everywhere that are like, you know, they shit everywhere, and it's just like no one picks it up, so it smells. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've heard that about a lot of cities in India.
You just smell gutter, like in India, right? And it's extremely dirty, like the streets. But the buildings are really nice if you just don't, pan the camera towards the street,
Aim upwards.
Aim upwards. You just have like, I looked outside my building once, the hotel that I was staying at, and I saw this dude just like making an omelet in the corner of the street. He's just like cooking an omelet. He's giving it to people, and I'm eating the exact same food in my building, right? And he's doing the same thing down there. It's just like apparent, like, and he was just, I think he was, it was cheaper down there, definitely, but it was on the street, and the way that he was cooking it, he had like this open, like, portable stove and a pan, and like he was just cooking it on the spot. Hey Bubo, how's it going?
There's Bubo.
How's it going, man? We kind of missed you. We were like, we were actually talking about you just recently.
We were just talking about you about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. We're like, where's Bubo? Glad you can make it, man. We're talking about travel stories / food. You're living the dream? Nice. Well, I'm glad someone is.
He just got home.
Our friend's house.
That would explain a few things.
Late night gaming. Cool. What was I saying? I don't know. I found it odd that this dude was basically eating the same food that I was eating, but like he was like, but my food for some reason costed more than his did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it was just an omelet with bread, pretty much. But he was selling it at such a low price, and that was like his entire livelihood right there. But I was paying for this food. Basically, I was paying for like the plate and like the way it was served, right? And the luxury of eating at a table instead of just on the street. And I don't know, it was like a weird lens to see the world, you know, like where you see that you're extremely privileged, and you see all these other people that are not, and it's just like right beside each other. And it's just right beside each other, and it's kind of weird to see that, and it kind of makes you sad when you directly look at it like that. Like, I swear to God, like, I actually went downstairs when I was leaving the hotel. I just stood there and I watched this guy cook his food for people, and he was selling it, and it was like, dude, like, you know. Why don't they just hire you as the cook for this hotel? Because the food that he was cooking it smelled really good. It smelled amazing.
They were probably overstaffed at the hotel already, or something to do with the image of the hotel.
No, I don't think he was staffed at all. The setup that he had was very, it was very portable, and he had like it was basically like a cart kind of thing that he would just move around.
I'm assuming he was using, say, like a propane stove, like a propane camping stove.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Because at nighttime he wasn't there. He came at that exact spot every morning, pretty much.
Do whatever you got to make ends meet.
Yeah. No, but there's definitely like a some people I saw in India and in Pakistan too. There's like people they don't treat, there's like a class system basically there, and they don't treat people like people. You know, they take them like, they don't treat them with like respect or courtesy, basically over there. Like in Canada, we see that, like, you know, like we hold the door open for one another, you know.
Yeah.
And that was like a huge thing that we learned in school. You know, I'm just talking about simple stuff, you know, like, or like, you know, you politely say hi in passing, or like, you know, you just greet people and, you know, you be nice, pretty much, right? And they don't even do that, or they call like their servants with like a curse, you know, like not like a cuss, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like they don't treat them as humans, pretty much, like the rich to the poor in India and Pakistan. I remember we stayed at my dad's friend's house, and my dad's friend was a really nice dude, right? Or at least I thought that he was. But the way he treated his servants, the people that worked for him in his house, that kept his house, you know, neat and tidy and orderly and everything, he treated them with such like disrespect. It was like, bro, I just want to leave. Like, thank you for letting us, you know, stay as guests in your house, you know, but I just want to leave, man. You're a terrible person. It was so cringy, and I felt so sorry for them that my dad felt so sorry for them that he gave them like enormous tips.
Yeah, and every little bit helps, so.
Yeah. Oh no, man, it's like such a weird world to visit, and like to know that you're a part of that, or like, you know, that's where you come from. I'm like, you feel so lucky that like you've moved to a country where, you know, people are respected, you know. Yeah. Sorry, I feel like I talk a lot. I'm sorry. I'm like on a rant.
That's all right.
You got anything to say, Sevs?
Like I said, I have no real travel stories. I was in Disney World one time. I moved around a lot when I was younger, but that was mostly just driving to the next place we were going to live.
Right.
There was never any travel for leisure other than my trip to Disney World. I mean, going to Disney World was a blast. I had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we drove down. We stopped at a military base in Georgia the first night on the way down, because we weren't going to make it down to Disney in one day. It was just too long of a drive.
Uh-huh.
So we stopped in Georgia the first night and camped out there. Packed up real early in the morning, and I think it was another 4 hours still to Disney World, and then we camped out because Boy Scouts, and we got to do the camping thing. Which,
how was your Boy Scout experience?
I enjoyed the Boy Scouts. I really did. I enjoy going out and going camping and doing the outdoorsy stuff. Unfortunately, whenever I moved away from Ohio and I moved to here, we could not afford to get me back in the Scouts.
Yeah.
My mother tried to get me into the Christian version of it, which was Royal Rangers, but the group that I was stuck with, they didn't do anything. We met once a week, and that was it. There was nothing else to it.
Well, that was sad. Sounds
yeah,
sad.
it was really lame. Like, where the Boy Scout troop I was in Ohio, we did all sorts of things. We went camping at least once a month during the summer. We went out and we did all sorts of activities. We did, I never actually got to participate in one of those Pinewood Derby races.
Uh-huh.
The 1 year that my parents had off to be able to take me to one, we got lost on the way there and showed up 2 hours late. Well, I was rather upset with that, but no, the Boy Scout troop, we went camping at least once a month during the summer. We did, I think it was called the Klondike. It was a wintertime activity thing outdoors. It was cold, and that's about all I remember from it. But I mean, other than that, I never really did much as a kid travel wise.
That's pretty cool though. I kind of went camping with my friends at my mosque a couple of times, and we would just it was like a mass event. We would just find like a park, a gigantic like this wildlife park kind of thing. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how to explain it. It was like this gigantic like field of like, it had like a pond. It was really beautiful, and it was like very like away from the city or like the town, Yeah,
it's nice to just be able to get out and just go away from technology for a while.
Yeah, definitely.
We actually just went camping here 2 years ago. Sadly, the week that we decided to go camping, it rained every day. It was a mess. We'd get a couple of hours of nice weather a day. We'd go out and we'd go fishing, or we'd go over to the swimming section by the lake.
Uh-huh.
It's a place not even 10-minute drive from here. That they have a campground, they have an activity center with pavilions, volleyball, swimming center, all sorts of stuff. And then it's a giant dam, so you can go around and fish pretty much wherever.
Yeah.
So we went and we took about a week and we went camping, and I mean, we still had a good time. We kind of got fed up with it by the last day, because when I go camping, it's in a tent. It's in a tent. I don't see campers and RVs as camping. That's not camping.
Right.
But we just got so sick of it. We couldn't make a fire every day because it would rain. Fortunately, we were able to make one to have dinner with just about every day, and then we'd come back here and charge whatever needed charge to make sure that we still had that. And then we'd just go out and we'd go fishing all day. And
nice.
My son loves to fish.
Yeah, my dad loves to fish.
Fishing's a great activity. Even if I go out and I don't actually catch anything, I still have a good time. Yeah. It's very relaxing. You go out and you just chill out all day, take a couple sodas or take a couple drinks and just chill.
Yeah. When we went camping, it was pretty fun because we played like a lot of sports and stuff, right? And like there was like activities and stuff, but we weren't actually like in the wild, you know? It was like a place that was kind of like there was no like wildlife around, pretty much, or it wasn't like actually in the woods. It was like a clear area, and we had like barbecues and stuff, and it was like we had like sports and stuff like soccer and like basketball and stuff like that, where we had like tournaments from other communities that were in our sect. And it was like a way for like, you know, everyone to interact. But yeah, we didn't do anything like that. We didn't actually like go out into the wilderness, sadly. We didn't really like do fishing and anything. I wish I did that when I was a kid. I did that with my dad a bit. But not in those events. My dad tried to teach me how to fish. I was like kind of bad at it.
You cannot possibly be nearly as bad as the first time she went fishing.
Every fishing trip I take anymore ends up being 6 hours on boat drinking with buddies and occasionally checking our lines to see there's nothing. Then, I don't know, maybe you should go to a place that's more populated with fish.
See, sometimes whenever you want to go fishing, you do it just to relax. You just want to get away from everything and just kind of chill out. And those are, even if you're just sitting there, like, nothing happening, you just pull in the water and all you're good. But yeah, first time she went fishing, her dad tried to take her fishing when she was
4. I was 4.
You were 4.
You're
4 years old.
You're gonna make fun of me for being 4 years old?
Yes. The first time I went fishing, I was 4 years old. But you know what I didn't do? I didn't throw my pole into the water.
Oh, you were a Looney Tunes cartoon.
My dad told me, all right, now throw it in. I threw it in.
And he never took her fishing again.
That was the end of it.
He didn't go fishing again till we had moved in together into our first apartment. And I had gone down to trout camp with my friend, and I just, whenever I got back, I was like, no, I'm not done fishing. And she came with me, and within 20 minutes, we had to go to Walmart, get her fishing license, get her a pole. She actually caught something the first time we were out, too. I have a picture of it somewhere.
Wow, she improved. I think at that point there's like any like even like getting the
line in the water with the pole still
would be improvement.
He literally told me to throw it in. What else is a 4-year-old going to do?
Oh man, that's beautiful.
A 4-year-old is going to listen to her daddy and throw it in.
The most horrifying what's called thing that I ever did that my dad had me do was he put. I remember this when I was a kid. I was a kid in Pakistan, and my dad wanted to teach me how to drive, and I was a 5-year-old, right? So he put me on his lap, and so he had the steering wheel just like he had it. He held it from the bottom, you know, but I was on his lap and I had the top, right? So it looked like I was driving, you know. I don't know why he did this. I had no idea. We were going home, right? And I remember this clearly, that I jerked the steering wheel very, very hard, and I drove right into this dude's like right up to it, and my dad, luckily he braked just in time before I hit the gate of this dude's house, because in Pakistan you have these gigantic metal gates in houses, right? And it's in every house because a lot of people, they get robbed. So there's like multiple, there's like barbed wire and like gates and everything. It's like it's very secure, right? So I almost hit this metal gate and we almost crashed into it, but luckily my dad had good reflexes and he stopped the car. And I remember I honked really hard right in front of this dude's house. And so my dad, he puts me on the other seat. Like, he almost kind of throws me off of his lap. He reverses and he just drives.
I'm not too sure I would do it any differently.
And he just drives.
I'd be over there, gas pedal gone.
Gas pedal. Oh man, this is great.
My son's been on lawnmowers and tractors and stuff, but never a car. No cars yet.
Never a car. Well, like, he wanted to give me the illusion. I think I was complaining that I wanted to drive. Or something. I don't know what I was doing. I just remember driving the car.
That was the last time he ever did that. That's what you're gonna do when you drive? Well, no.
No.
That's not something you do.
In Pakistan, people are very liberal with the green light and red light. So he rushed a couple of red lights. And I think that was my first ever Nicky 9 door, or like, hit, like, like ring the bell and run kind of thing. I think when he told me this story, because I don't think I remember this story. I think he said like the dog started barking when I honked the horn, and because the dogs started to bark, he knew that he'd probably, because it was nighttime too, right? So these people are probably sleeping, most likely. I think I probably woke them up because their dogs started barking. But I think he was probably out there before they realized what had happened.
Probably.
So, yeah.
If they were sleeping, he was most definitely out of there before they woke up. They probably heard the honk, heard the dogs, got up, and they just did tail lights. What was that?
So that was my first prank that I ever pulled with my dad.
I don't really do pranks all that often. And she's done pranks before.
I've done a couple of pranks. Yeah.
It was very shortly after we started dating, right around Halloween. And we were all over at my friend's house. He was with his girlfriend, and these two conniving wenches go down into his basement. We're upstairs getting food ready for dinner or something, and they had a thing of fake blood, and they start pouring it all over themselves. And oh my God, she fell down! I've got the phone in my hand, ready to down it. It's a prank! It's a prank! Yeah, you're lucky you stopped me. I've already hit the 9.
Oh damn!
It was news.
Was this during Halloween or something?
Right,
yeah, it was near Halloween, and she had gotten fake blood. His best friend's girlfriend at the time had gotten fake blood, and she's like, "Here, let's do this." Said, okay, so I poured it all over her arm, and no,
it was on her face.
No, it was on her arm.
No, it was on her face. It was on her forehead.
She had cut herself, saying that she had cut herself.
Yeah.
And she screamed bloody murder first off. They came running. She's got blood pouring off of her arm. They freaked the fuck out. We were lucky that Severs didn't pass out, and then we would have really had to call the cops because he can't do blood. Like, he can't do blood.
I don't handle, if I know it's real human blood, I don't deal well with it. I've not passed out yet, but I've come damn near close.
That's funny. Yeah, I don't think I've done anything like that. I remember
evil.
I remember I poured. I mean, I just took like a jug of water and pour it. Like my mom told me to like wake up my brother once, so I just got a jug of water and I threw it on him, and then I ran.
Well, that's one way to do it. And yelled at.
She told me to, because now after that she never told me to wake my brother up again. So it was my way of getting out of that situation.
Well, no, she's not going to ask you. The havoc that results from all that's just.
Oh, dude, he chased me down. I think he ran me down like the freaking like I immediately like I knew what was gonna happen. Right, so I threw it on him, and then I just went downstairs, and I put on my shoes, and then I just ran outside the house. And I started running.
I'd have gone out barefoot. Screw that.
I put on my shoes. My brother is waking up. He's in his pajamas. Okay. He, like, and he just starts. He puts on his slippers and he starts running after me down the street, and it's just amazing. It was great. I think, yeah. And then like, I think he lost me, and then I ran back, and then he loses me because like, I think he took a wrong turn. Right, and I made it back home, and I remember just like sitting at the table and he's just like rushing in. It's pretty great. It was a great prank.
That's one quick way to get your ass beat.
I did get my ass beat. I rightfully so got my ass beat when he came home. He was exhausted though.
At least you wore him out beforehand. That way it didn't hurt too much.
It didn't hurt too much. He was putting out the wussy punches. He didn't have much energy. Yeah. I did.
I've been woken up like that before. It was not pleasant. Like it was one of my brothers that did it to me too. He learned that wasn't a good idea.
my brother, when he came inside, he took off his slippers and he just started throwing. Like
I would too. I think I did.
He started throwing. And my mom just stayed out of it. She was like, "Yep, you deserve every bit of this."
Well, you did.
Yeah.
Totally did.
Oh man.
Being woken up with cold water is not fun. No ideas over there.
I'm sorry, I missed that conversation completely.
Good.
Oh, okay.
I was actually talking to someone on Discord, so I missed that conversation completely.
I'm okay with this.
So Shani, short
Perfectly
story.
okay with this.
Long story short, cold water, woke up brother chased me around the neighborhood. I came back before him. He then started throwing shoes at me, and then my mom didn't interfere at all because I deserved it.
I mean, I've already thrown water over top of you while you were streaming.
Well, that's different. That's not waking me from a dead sleep.
From a dead sleep, yeah.
And number
and then
two,
I return fire.
okay, but number two, I share that bed with you. So...
Yeah, if she dumps water on me,
can we all like tilt our head to the side and just say, "Aw"? Yeah, that would be inconvenient. No, me and my brother have separate rooms, so I did not have that consequence.
Yeah, no, she's already learned if she dishes it out, she better be ready to take it because
you have a Nerf gun.
Right back.
You have a Nerf gun.
Well, not only that, the time that she threw water on me, I have this over here to spray at the cat whenever the cat's misbehaving, and it's very easily usable on her as well.
Hey, wait a minute. I have one of those too, you know.
Yes, but I have a shield. You, in fact, do not.
I would just have to stand up. Yeah, you tried to throw... You threw water on me, or you tried to throw water on me? It didn't really work. But I threw water on you, and that definitely worked.
She got you good.
I did. There's a clip of that.
It's... When did we start this? How long has it been? What's the uptime?
Hour and 53 minutes.
Hour and 53 minutes. All right, so we're nearing the end.
Yeah, we're nearing the end of the podcast, and then we'll probably hop into either Brawlhalla or Shell Shock, one of the two.
Yeah.
For at least a little bit.
I think before I do that, I'm gonna go get something to eat too.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my BRB screen on and go use the restroom and grab that slice of pizza I was supposed to grab half an hour ago.
Yeah. Final topics? Anyone?
Yeah, does anyone have any questions? We'd like to get some viewer interaction going on.
Cough, cough, Shell Shock, cough, cough.
Well, I guess our game's been decided for the night. You know, I'm perfectly okay with Shell Shock. Yes, I like his first rule of pranks.
Pets discuss. Pets. I had a goldfish. They both died.
Yeah, we have it's right there. It's a fish tank, and we had a couple of goldfish, and both of them died this last year.
I've always wanted a dog, but my did I tell you my mom is scared of dogs? Did I tell you that story? Or was that somewhere else?
That was probably somebody else.
Okay, God, I haven't told anything about myself.
She's scared of most dogs.
Do I not talk about myself enough?
No, you don't.
It's weird.
I can use this as my get to know SkyShot more time. Because he actually talks about himself.
Oh.
Yeah, I myself am an animal lover. Dogs, cats, whatever.
You have 3 ferrets?
Cool.
Interesting.
Ferrets are actually cool. I've known a couple people who've had ferrets. They stink, though.
Interesting. Well, I think any animal stinks. All animals stink.
Ferrets are... It's... Even by ferret owners, they admit that ferrets have their own little smell, even when they're completely dry and clean. And it's not a most pleasant one. But they are really cool animals. They'll take anything shiny and hide it from you. So if you leave like change out on your tables or whatever, yeah, kiss that change goodbye. It's being stuffed in a corner somewhere. Now, I have one cat. He's currently sleeping over in his box, behaving himself for once.
Yeah, I've only had goldfish. I remember I always wanted a pet, so I would find like insects in like my playground in grade 1. I did this a couple of times, and I brought insects home, and I would just like I found like a centipede once, and I just brought it home, and I started like feeding it leaves because I wanted a pet. And my mom and my dad, they didn't exactly like the idea of pets. So.
Approve of that.
Huh?
Just pets in general?
Just pets in general, but like I started bringing insects home. I started like I used to have like I would put them in like containers, or like just like like those plastic lunch containers that my mom used to have. So I would always have like I would always ask my mom like, hey, can I have an extra lunchbox with like nothing inside, or like I would ask for like an extra sandwich, but I wouldn't eat that sandwich. I would just give it to one of my friends. And then I would just use that, or like my sandwich, that the container of my, so like my mom started noticing, because I would hide these like insects that I would bring home, basically like these beetles, what's called centipedes. One time I found like a praying mantis. It was pretty cool. And yeah, I would just like poke holes into these lunch boxes, and I would just like have air and like leaves in it, because that's what I thought they ate. Right? I didn't think that praying mantises actually eat like other insects. I didn't know that. So he died pretty quick. I believe
so, yeah.
He died pretty quick. But
yeah, the only insects I've ever kept around were lightning bugs, and those were usually just for the night, and then you'd set them free in the morning.
Oh no, my mom she didn't find out for quite a while, because I kept them kind of hidden. I kept them in my closet. And then like I would take them out, and I would just like I'll like look at them kind of, and in these containers, right, that I had holes in, and I would just keep feeding them, and then it was pretty cool. It was like the closest thing that I ever had to a pet. My mom was really, really scared of dogs, and cats. Not really scared of cats, but she found them disgusting. Yeah, I used to have a couple of
tarantulas.
Tarantulas. Wow. At first I thought that was turtles, and I was like, no, that's not turtles. Tarantulas. But I moved to a...
Tarantulas are actually a pretty popular pet.
Wow, that's...
I've never known anyone personally to have one, but I have known people that own snakes.
Do you like take away like their venomous? Like,
you can, but I think the more serious of the tarantula owners will not.
Why?
The thing about tarantulas is they don't bite unless you startle them. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to let one crawl all over me either, but
no, you don't.
It's a defense mechanism for them. They don't bite just to bite.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever own a tarantula myself, but I do know I do know people. It's a pretty popular pet.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now that as long as we are married, you will never own a tarantula. So that's not even like a.
It's not even a question.
It's not even a question.
And now I know what to send for your anniversary.
I will hurt you so badly.
She is the kind of person that I can throw my cat's fake toy.
Well, you won't.
That's not true.
It won't be his
You've
fault
done
if
it
I send the
before.
tarantula, Shani. It won't be his fault if I send the tarantula. You know.
I will drive to Canada and beat your ass.
She would too. She'd go and she'd
Like
get
that's
her
the thing. Like
passport
I would do it.
just to drive up there and beat your ass.
Like I've already told Repeat Pete that if he, ever did some of the things that he said that he was going to do, I would drive my ass to Arkansas just to kick him, and then I'd come home.
I think I'm gonna start a tarantula fund for
What do I
Sevs.
gotta do to have you do that to me?
You want me to kick you, or you want me to do something else when you open the door?
Wow,
Huh?
he's
wow.
wow.
What do I
Oh,
gotta do?
oh my
That
God.
escalated quickly.
That
quite
was
quickly.
damn.
What do I gotta do?
You might need protection. So Severs, get Scorpion.
Oh God.
Get a Scorpion
I'm not
instead.
really
I think
interested
Shani
in-
is
I'm not
planning
interested in scorpions.
on hurting you, Sky. You might need protection. The ones I had were venomous, but I had a friend who had one was still venomous. He didn't even leave his living quarters. Alright, cool. Nah, I'm joking. I would never. I wouldn't send you a tarantula. I promise.
Yeah, see, if I'm gonna have a pet, I like to be able to interact with them. And I just snakes and tarantulas, you can't really interact with them all that much. You just feed them and watch them murder things.
Yeah, exactly. I've always wanted a dog. I wanted
I mean, even my fish, I was able to. They would follow me around the room. Like they were a hell of a lot smarter than you think fish are.
Mm-hmm. No, I've only had goldfish, and they died immediately. Like, they died in a couple of days. The reason
something was wrong with the water then.
No. They died because I didn't know what to feed them. I basically gave them. I gave my sister gave them like these leaves, right? And fish don't eat leaves; they eat fish food, right? We didn't buy fish food. We just put leaves, and they couldn't eat it because it was like the leaves were floating on top of the water. So they were like, "What the fuck are we supposed to eat?" Right? And so they died in like a couple of days. They died in like 2 days of starvation. It was pretty bad.
Actually, goldfish do munch on plant life.
That's weird because they
whenever
didn't.
We had them. It depends on what you have, and it's not supposed to be part of their main diet. They'll also eat peas. They'll eat a lot of veggies too.
Yeah.
So if you'd thrown in, say, some frozen peas, canned peas, you can use them, but you have to rinse them beforehand because of all the salt they put in the canning process.
We also didn't have like a legit aquarium for them. We just kept
goldfish,
them. Yeah.
Believe it or not, goldfish are one of the more pain in the ass freshwater fish to keep. For normal fish, you're supposed to have 1 gallon of water per inch of fish. you have to more than double that for goldfish.
Boobo, are you offering protection? Is that what's happening here? Is this like a selling point for you?
Me.
Because I remember you saying that you were a bodyguard, right? Didn't he say that one time?
I believe so, yes. Armed security.
Anyway, yeah, armed security. Yeah, I got Boobo, Shandy. What now? What? Let's go. All right.
Boobo wouldn't hurt me. He'd be the one opening the door, and he'd be like, he'd gesture, go ahead and pass. You may enter.
While she's carrying a baseball bat in her hand.
Oh, Sky. Come here.
It's like one of those like, here's Johnny.
Here's Shani.
Here's Shani.
That works. Scarily works.
God. Oh, man.
You just picture that, like, I'm beating down a door with an axe, my face just comes up through the door. Here's Shani.
That's terrifying.
That is pretty terrifying.
Yep. I'm now locking my doors.
Like, that is genuinely terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, gee, thanks, guys. I'm not that scary of a person.
I mean...
You're beating down a door with an axe and putting your head through the door. Here's Shani.
I didn't
That's
think you
scary.
guys knew about that movie, but yeah, that's scary. Thank
How do
you.
you not know about that movie?
You don't know about
The
that movie?
Shining.
The Shining. Dude.
Everyone knows about The Shining.
I mean, I guarantee you she's never watched it, but
I've watched
it's The
it.
Shining.
I've watched it.
You watch that, but you won't watch Gremlins.
You won't watch Gremlins?
Gremlins is scary.
OMG.
No, don't you OMG me.
You wuss.
Okay. Okay, you don't understand.
Yes, I do understand.
No. Listen. Linda, listen. So, that movie I was very young when that movie came out.
Yes,
And I
you
watched
were
it.
Probably 4 years old.
Gremlins. Yeah, exactly. So, my night terrors were ridiculous in comparison to anything that movie could have possibly dreamt up.
Gremlins is nothing compared to The Shining.
See,
I was fine with The Shining.
The best part is she's not afraid of the Gremlin. She's afraid of Gizmo.
Gizmo's creepy.
How? Whoa, time out.
He's the most creepiest little thing ever. And then they made those freaking little Furbies. No.
Yeah, I had a Furby. It's gone now.
It is gone.
I'm gonna have to get another one.
You will not.
Oh, I know a better gift to gift you guys. A Chucky doll.
I was fine with the Chucky movie.
I found those kind of
It needs to be
See,
an Annabelle. Not
Annabelle.
See, I was fine with the Chucky dolls, especially since I owned, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 dozen porcelain dolls that were all the way around my room. And they just stared at me all night.
No. Sorry.
No, see, I was fine with that. I was like, oh, it's a little doll.
I'm actually editing the video for you right now, by the way.
stick a Furby in it.
I'm gonna have some jump scares in the middle of it just for
Oh my
Furbies.
god. I will freak out. Like,
Freak the freak out. Isn't that a song? That's a song.
It is a song. I'll be watching this movie or this little video about you cooking for your wife, and all of a sudden, Furby! I will scream. It will hurt. I will hit you. Ah, that's what you'll do to get hit.
Yeah, just mail her a Furby. You'll find one on eBay, mail it to her, and then she'll have a reason to come out and, chop down your door.
Cool.
Promises.
Oh, something that I added. If you do !Banks in my chat now,
you have it.
you'll get my Banks link. So now you can use that. Anyway,
I've already signed up. Sorry, I can't help you there.
Oh,
it's cool.
Yep.
Aw,
a little slow.
it's okay.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I had signed up about 5 minutes after he had mentioned about the invite codes.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll just do it later. I mean, I don't know. or anyone else.
I think it's time to start wrapping up the podcast here.
Yeah, I'm running out of topics to talk about. Or I don't want to talk about too many topics because then that would be...
We have to save some content for next week.
Yeah.
I'll figure out something else we can pick on Shawnee for next week.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're going to have a chat about my video probably next week.
Yeah. Hey, Roundnick, have you traveled?
All over the country.
Nice.
Yep.
Lucky.
What's the weirdest state that you've been to?
Weirdest state I've been to? My own mental state.
But
That's funny.
Weirdest state I've ever been to? Probably Florida.
Really?
Yeah, Florida sucks.
Have you not heard all the stories about the weird goings on down there in the state of Florida?
I'm not joking. Florida is a shit state. It's not. It's true. I'm sorry. Excuse my language.
What's so bad about Florida? Is it just like because it's hot there?
Okay, middle of the state, they have Ocala, Florida. Okay, Ocala is the state capital. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You walk into the middle of that city, town / village.
Yeah.
The first thing you smell is the sewage plant. That's in the middle of the town.
What is it?
A sewage plant.
A sewage plant. Oh, that's terrible.
I'm not
oh, hurricanes. Yeah, that would make it suck too.
Hurricanes. There's nothing to think about. But yeah. Then you get to the outskirts of the town, and it's basically almost swamp, but they've covered it in. So it's still humid. It still has all the lovely little bugs and everything else, but it's covered up, so there's no place to hide. You can't hide in the shade because it's still hot. You can't go to the ocean because you're too damn far away. Okay, you go to Jacksonville, you go to the beach, but you got to pay to go to the beach. The whole state sucks.
That's pretty sad.
Yeah, I was born in Jacksonville.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
They left soon after.
Yeah, we left
parents.
before. Yeah, well, didn't have much of a choice in the military, Navy.
Hey,
but
they deserve that.
Yeah, we left because of or we left before I was a year old. I've actually lived in New Jersey before, not that I can remember any of it.
I grew up there.
And if you're in Central Florida, it is guaranteed that it will rain between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. every freaking day.
Every day.
I think that applies to South Florida too.
That's pretty sad.
It honestly applies to every part of Florida, except for maybe the Panhandle.
I went to Florida in the middle of December, and it was just like nice and warm.
That's why they're snowbirds. That's the time they go there.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was so nice. Especially coming from Canada. I remember like talking to my friends back in Canada when I was in Florida. They were like, "You son of a bitch. It's freaking like blizzards here." I was like,
I'm up to my neck in snow and you're enjoying 70-degree weather? What's the matter with you?
Yeah, anyway.
But no, that week that I spent in Disney World, it rained every day that we were there. And in fact, we set up our tents the first day, and within an hour of having everything set up, it started raining and all of the tents flooded.
Yeah. That
sounds
sucks.
familiar.
That sounds like it would really suck.
Yeah, it was bad. And the only reason our tent flooded was because we decided to go out in damn near hurricane conditions. Yeah, when that week we spent camping a couple years ago, when I say it rained, it wasn't just light drizzle. No, it was downpour. The sky was angry and yelling at us.
and I slept in a pool of water every single night.
I've done that.
Wow.
I have done that. Severs, I agree with you 100% about camping. Don't ever think about bringing a camper with you. People camping with me.
We've gone camping with her parents. They take the camper, and we've slept in a tent.
Well, I'm gonna be back in like 20 minutes. I think that's it for the podcast.
Yeah, it seems like a good place to call it for the podcast. Be back here shortly with some shell shock and grab something to eat. I'm hungry.